welcome back to another virtual meeting. I hope you guys are doing well, especially with all the stuff that's been thrown out about the virus and in the media and all of that stuff. Just remember to hang in there, and we'll be back in school before you know it. I know you guys have a lot of questions, and I will try to answer those questions in this presentation, but there are some questions that I simply cannot answer because one, I don't have the answer to, and two, things are just hectic right now. So please hang in there. I will try to get those answers for you, but let's get started with the presentation. So we do have more updates concerning the virus for you guys. You guys already know this, but the school will be closed from today to May 4th, not May 30th, March 30th, due to just the stay-at-home order from the LA County and from the governor himself. But school will be back on Tuesday, May 5th versus March 31st for our own safety. So just hang in there. I know most of you want to go back to school or just want to be back with your friends, but in order to contain the virus or slow it down, we have to just obey the stay-at-home order and just, well, stay at home. Just a reminder that all service events are canceled. Book Buddies, Petco, all of that stuff has been canceled because of the virus. And because of the virus as well, all fundraisers have been postponed. So, not postponed, they've been canceled. I have to change that. But I will talk about that throughout the presentation. In terms of service projects, if you didn't watch the last video, we are doing service projects instead of going out and volunteering because we have to stay at home. So service projects are things that you can do at home or you can make at home to get hours. And the way you would receive hours is you would take a picture of what you did, since you can't physically turn it into me. You would take a picture of it, or if I ask you to email it or scan it, you can scan it to me or any of the board members, and then we will give you hours for it, depending on how many hours that service project is. And this Saturday, the Leo Club board members had a meeting, so we were just brainstorming ideas on what we could do during this long break, so we keep you guys busy and engaged throughout this stay-at-home break since it is extended. And we came up with a lot of ideas. We went back and forth, talked through it. It was very difficult, but we came through it, and we mostly agreed on the ideas that we came up with. And it was really challenging at first, but like I said, it was really enjoyable. Sorry about that email. But just to continue on, we will continue the Zoom Homework Help Conference. It'll be every Wednesday at 1 o'clock p.m. We did it last Wednesday at 1 o'clock at the same time, and it was really successful. And you guys should really join, especially if your teachers will start assigning homework due to the extended break. So keep that in mind. Make sure you guys join. If you want to be a tutor, let me know, and I'll get you on that. Also, on our Instagram, we will create a resources highlight. One will be about school, so like your school counselor's emails, any teacher's emails that you need, anything that the school provides, we will put it in a little highlight for you on our Instagram page. We'll probably call it school resources. I don't know that yet. And then we'll create another highlight if you need a free internet, if you need a place to find food. We will provide another highlight for that, and we will call it another thing. And then we'll try to find more resources and put them into our designated categories just for you guys to have it on demand. And then another thing that we came up with is that we're going to continue to update you about the school and state news. We'll try to get it as soon as we can. Like I said, it's a little hectic and things are just going around and about. So nobody really knows what they're doing at this point. And we're trying to have it under control. Like I said, we had this meeting for a reason, and we just want to maintain our status throughout this break. Like, we don't want to die out. We don't want to disappear like, oh my God, Leo Club's over. No, Leo Club is not over. We are still around. We're still doing things. We're just staying at home to stop the spread of the virus. You can still do service at home. It'll leave just as great as an impact as you going out and volunteering, if you guys get what I'm saying. And then we will continue to have these virtual meetings. We do have a new YouTube channel for Leo Club itself versus me posting it on my personal one. And we might have a virtual Leo Club conference on the Zoom app. I'll talk about that later in the presentation. I did send out a Google form this morning for those of you that saw it. I know about 3 of you responded, but I'll talk about that later. And then, of course, like I said earlier, we will all continue to serve from our homes despite the trouble that the virus is bringing. Like, I understand all of the trouble, it's hectic. You just want to go back to school and get with your friends, do sports and stuff. But remember, there's people that are losing their lives out there. There's people that don't have food. There's homeless people that don't know what to do at this point. And it's our job to be there for those people, just to bring light into the room, if you guys understand what I'm saying. We will continue to do that just from our home. It'll leave just, like I said, it'll leave just as great as an impact if versus us going outside. And like I said, the board was having a meeting about this, so the board has worked really hard to find these service events to do at home. It was not an easy task, trust me. We went back and forth through websites, we talked back and forth saying, how can we do this? Can we do this? Like I said, with the virus going around, it's very limited to the things that we can do and cannot do. So we went back and forth, and then we reached a consensus, we talked it out, and for the most part, we agreed on everything that we chose. So please show respect to the board for them taking the time to find these service projects for you guys to do. Like, don't just be like, oh yeah, I'll do it later. Please show respect to the board because they took their time out of their day to have a meeting to talk about projects to do for us to do as a club. So please show respect to them, please thank them, and please take time to do these projects. It'll leave just as great as an impact, and it will make somebody else smile. So don't forget to keep that in mind. So in terms of the Frozen 2 movie night, unfortunately that is canceled. Since the school foreclosure has extended, I do not know if we're even going to have it anymore. So that's why I just decided to cancel. And you guys have 2 options if you purchase a ticket. You can A, get a refund. You can just text me and say, hey, I want a refund. And I'll give you the money when we come back, which I know it's a really long time. But the second option is we can just keep your money and accept it as a donation to us, Leo Club, during this outbreak, because we can't really fundraise anymore. Since the school is going to be closed for another month and it's going to be the end of the year, and we don't know if anything's going to be changing for fundraising due to the virus, so it's going to be really difficult for fundraising, and we would appreciate your donation if you would allow us to keep that money that you gave us. But if not, it's totally fine if you want a refund. We don't care which option you choose, but just make sure you let us know if you did buy a ticket. If you have any questions, you can always let me know. In terms of the can drive competition, I'm not sure what's going on with this, guys. I tried contacting the president of the National Honor Society. He has not responded. So I don't know what's going on with this. I'm pretty sure this drive is over, but I will make sure to get in contact with him again. I will spam him or whatever just to make sure we figure out if this is over or not, and then I can finally see who's first, second, and third place, and then we'll make sure to get you guys those prizes either virtually, we'll figure that out, or we'll just give it to you physically on May 5th when we come back. So let's get into the service projects, and I think you guys will like this very first one. We're having our very first Kahoot. I know a lot of you miss Kahoot, especially in classrooms where you would like shout and scream and just come up with weird names to put for yourself. But we're getting back into the groove of learning, even though your teachers aren't really having a learning plan due to the virus because the district doesn't really have a plan for that. But we're getting back into the groove in a fun way. So this is going to be about, of course, the coronavirus. So it's going to be about facts about it, practices, how to avoid it, statistics like where did it start, how many people have been infected, where is it at, just basic and somewhat difficult questions. We'll try to mix them up in between. The top 5 or 10 winners, depending on how many people join this Kahoot, will receive 4 hours versus like first place this many hours, second place this many hours, just so we have like an even playing field. We will be hosting a Zoom conference for this, but you don't have to join the Zoom conference call, but I think it's best if you do, just to get back into the groove of like competing with other people, going head to head and stuff, you know? So the Zoom conference call, the link is right there in the right hand side of the presentation, and the meeting ID if you need it. You do have to download the Zoom app. Remember, if you do want to join the Zoom conference call for this Kahoot, the Kahoot code will be released on Friday at 2 p.m. on our Instagram, so please stay tuned for that. And remember, the top 5 or 10 winners will get 4 hours. This is going to be really fun, guys. It's a really fun service event, and I think you guys should really do it. It's going to be this Friday at 3 o'clock, so don't be late. Get there. Come up with your crazy username. Please come to this Kahoot. You guys will really enjoy it, trust me. If you have any questions, let me know. So the second service project is called Color Give Smile. So Color Give Smile is an organization that works with senior citizens, and they try to bring comfort, laughter, and friendship just to combat that isolation that comes with being a senior. This is going to be a continuous event, so we'll have a due date for one event. We'll stop, give it a break, then we'll do it again, have a due date, stop, break, and we'll repeat the process. So what this is you guys will either color, paint, draw, whatever, a coloring page for a senior, or you can create your own artwork, because I understand that finding a coloring page or printing it out can be difficult since not many of you have printers, which is totally fine. So if you don't have a printer, you don't have to use the coloring page. You can just make your own artwork, since I know a lot of you are artists and have that artistic ability, and that's totally fine. Each coloring page or artwork that you do will be worth 2.5 hours. And this is a suggestion from the Color Give Smile website. They said that good drawings are like happy messages, animals, smiles, anything that will make a senior happy, especially during this time. They have to keep social distancing, and it's really difficult, and isolation just kicks in and just makes them upset. So just why not make them smile, The free coloring page links are right there if you guys have printers, and if you just want to color it, or if you're lazy, then why not? If you don't want to draw. If you have your picture, you have to send me a picture of your coloring page or your artwork to me or any officer by April 3rd at 5 o'clock. That's the due date for this, but it'll be physically due when we come back on May 5th. You guys already know this, but the due date for the picture will be April 3rd at 5 o'clock. So you do have to send me or any of the board members the picture of your artwork or your coloring page by 5 o'clock on April 3rd, which is a Friday. Okay, next slide. So the next one is Notes for Hope by a social service called Breakthrough. What they do is they are making breakfast sacks for the homeless due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Usually they would have people come and sit in and chat and eat lunch, but due to the virus and social distancing, they have to do a grab and go system where they give out breakfast sacks and people just grab them and go, basically. And it's just really sad because they can't really communicate. They have to keep their distance to stop the spread of the virus. So what they want us to do is create notes of encouragement that'll go into their breakfast sacks. So the notes that you guys will make will go into their breakfast sacks that they give out every single day, just to make a homeless person smile. And it's to prevent that isolation that comes with social distancing. Like I said, they can't really communicate anymore like they used to because of the virus. So this would really touch their heart once they open that breakfast sack and read that good morning letter or hope you're having a nice day note from you guys. Your notes can be handwritten or typed, but they have to be decorated. If you're going to write a note, you should make it feel special for that person. Don't make it blank or boring. Be creative. This is a note that will make them smile. It'll make their day. Once they read that note, they're like, man, that made my day. You want that vibe. Give them that vibe that you made their day. Decorate it. Just spill your creativity all over that note. So please decorate it. You can absolutely do more than one note. Please do more than one note. It's really easy to make these notes, from a good morning note, have a good day, be safe note, anything. Each note will be worth 2 hours, and handwritten notes must be scanned. So if you do your note physically, like with a pen or something, you do have to scan it. But I can recommend you guys scanning apps for you to do that. So one app is called Office Lens, which is for free on the App Store, and I think on the Google Play Store as well. Or if you have an iPhone, you can just go on the Notes app and scan it as well. And then scan notes and type notes have to be sent to the bpleoclub@gmail.com email by the due date, which is April 7th at 1 o'clock. I may extend it to 3 o'clock. I'm not sure yet, but we will see. But remember, if your note is handwritten, if your note is typed, you have to send it by email. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. Don't send me a picture, send it by email. But remember, if you're handwriting the note, you have to scan it. And if you have any questions about scanning or if you're not sure how to do it, please let me know or any of the board members know so we can help you out with that. But if you're typing it out, make sure you either send me a Word file or if you convert it to a PDF, that's totally fine. But for those of you that are handwriting it, make sure it's scanned. And for the scan notes and type notes in general, make sure you send it by email. Don't send me a picture. You have to send it to the bpleoclub@gmail.com email. So just to review, for those of you that weren't here, we are collecting can tabs for the Ronald McDonald Foundation. They're the ones that are raising money to help ill children get treatment for any illness they might have, especially with low-income families that can't afford expensive medical treatment. So can tabs are little tabs that you open when you, can tabs are those little things when you open a soda. You might not notice them a lot. You just notice them when you open the can of soda. But they do collect money from those. They get at least like 40 or 50 cents from at least one of them. So 10 can tabs will be an hour, and all the can tabs will be due on May 5th when we come back. But like I said, please send me a picture so I can document your hours, just so I see that you are collecting those can tabs. But anyway, they will be due when we come back on May 5th, but just make sure to send me or any of the board members that picture. Also, Central Penpals, I did release the Google Forms last night, so if you guys haven't checked them out, please check those out. I do want you guys to start those letters as soon as possible. Just take your time with them and stuff. But I do want to get a list of how many kids have been taken, so I can take that down. But the whole purpose of this is to combat the craziness and the trauma behind the COVID-19 outbreak. Remember, you're not alone. There's a lot of children that are scared. There's a lot of children that don't understand what's going on. So this letter of you just writing it to them, it would totally make their day. Like, wow, this kid wrote to me. I wonder what he said and all of that. It would definitely bring a smile to that first or second grade kid, especially since they have someone to talk to after social distancing and not really communicating with anyone physically throughout this 1 month break that we're gone out. So we will be writing letters to the 3 classrooms that we visited at Central when we did Book Buddies. Even if you didn't go to Book Buddies, everybody can do this. It doesn't matter. So even though if you don't know the kid or not, just choose any kid you want, just as long as you guys write a letter. I do want each and every kid to receive a letter. I don't want any kids to be left out, because you guys understand when a kid is left out, they do feel upset and they start crying and like, oh, why didn't I get a letter? What's wrong with me? You don't want them to question themselves. So we want to make sure that each and every kid gets a letter, just so each and every kid is accounted for. These letters do have to be handwritten because it has a lot of sentimental value when you handwrite a letter. Like the ink mark and everything. Just make sure to be neat in terms of your writing. Include drawings, color, be creative, don't be boring. Just so the kids see that the letter pops and not just a boring letter. Remember, it has to hold meaning to it. The letters will be worth 3 hours, and you can absolutely do more than one person. If you do want to do one person in one class, one person in another class, please let me know in the Google form. If you go on the Google form with the list of names, there's going to be an other box, and you'll tell me, oh yeah, this kid is in this class, this kid is in this class. I did provide an example in the description of the Google form, so make sure you guys read that. And then these are the 3 teachers that we'll be doing. On the right hand side, there's a total of 73 students. And like I said, all kids must receive a letter so nobody is left out. The Google form is already on Remind, and you can only select a minimum of 2 kids. So not one, you have to select 2. And then there's no maximum after that. You can select as many kids as you want. but the minimum is 2. And then those are the links if you guys missed it on the remind for Miss Barbara, Miss Flores, and Mrs. G. Make sure you guys get those in. I may put a due date for those links if nobody starts doing them, just to ensure that each and every kid gets a letter. So like I said earlier in the presentation, we will be continuing to do the Homework Help Conference on Zoom. It is free tutoring for all, so I don't care from BP, SV, from middle school, elementary. Come on down and get your free homework help, or if you're doing an assignment, just come on down. Or if you just want somebody to talk to, like, I understand that we're all in home, we can't physically talk to each other, but we can always virtually talk to each other, video chat and stuff. I would love to talk to some of you guys, so just please come on down to the homework help service, even if you don't have homework or anything to do at all, which I know most of you don't have anything to do at all. So you should really come down to the homework help service. That it's free. We do have a special guest coming this Wednesday. It is the Santa Fe National Junior Honor Society. So they are from Santa Fe school. They are 7th and 8th graders specifically. So they would really enjoy it if you guys would come on over, talk to them, help them out if they have any homework or assignments to do. And due to the extension, the tutoring service will be every Wednesday at 1. But like I said, if you don't have any homework, if you don't have any assignments, you can come on down, just chat with me or anybody that's there, just to give good vibes and defeat the social distancing that comes with the COVID-19 outbreak. But remember, you have to download the Zoom app in order to join. It's definitely free. It's on the Google Play Store, and it's on the Apple Store. If you want to download it on your computer, you would just have to Google Zoom, and it'll give you a download link right there. And if you would like to be a tutor, if anybody does need help with their homework or if they do have assignments to do, you would just have to let me or an officer know ahead of time, like before the Wednesday we start it, just so we get you accounted for. And then if your friends want to reserve like a specific Wednesday, like if you want to reserve a specific study session for you guys, we can most definitely do that. You would just have to let me know in advance so that I can book that Wednesday for you guys. And then the link for this week's homework help Zoom call, this will be the same link I will use from now on, just to keep it consistent. And like I said, please come on, join, even if you don't have homework, even if you don't have an assignment. I know you have nothing to do, so please join this homework help call on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So like I said, I did send out a little Google form about the Leo Club Zoom meetings. It is easy for me to record myself and just talk about it with you guys and stutter and stuff, but it is easier if we're all together, like I can see your guys' faces or just know that you guys are there. Like if it were an actual club meeting, just so we can go over the presentation live through video chat with you guys. And it is easier to ask questions, like it provides an opportunity for you guys to ask questions, or if you have any concerns with any of the events, or if you have any ideas, it's just easier for us to video chat versus me just blah, blah, blah with the recording. So we did post a Google form for that. So please answer it. It will close it'll close tomorrow at 5. I think that's what I said. I'll double check. But for those of you that do miss, we will post the meetings on our new Leo Club YouTube channel, just so that everybody gets a chance to see it. And then you can turn your camera on or off. We don't need to see your face. It's okay if you don't want us to see your face, but we don't really care if you do or don't. We just need to make sure we get that information to you guys and answer any questions that you might have. And if we do have the Zoom club meetings, they will be on Mondays, just like our usual club meetings, how we used to meet up in Mr. Maldonado's room every Monday during brunch. And whatever time you guys choose, sorry about that email, and whatever time you guys choose in the Google form, I'll make sure to be lenient with time. I'm usually available in the afternoon. I'm a bedhead sometimes. But don't forget to vote in the Google form, and it will be closing this Friday at 5. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. This video will be going up on our new Leo Club YouTube channel, so go ahead and check that out. Please remember, sorry, let me go back. Check out the homework help this Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and will be every Wednesday. I know you guys have nothing to do, so please join that homework help conference. Download the Zoom app ASAP and join us this Wednesday. The link is right there. And if you need the session ID, I can give that to you. Get on top of that Central Pals thing. Check out the Google Forms. Pick your guys' kids. Each letter will be worth 3 hours. And then the can tabs, like I said, they will be due when we come back, but make sure you guys take a picture of it so I know that you guys are doing it. Notes for Hope, remember, if you're handwriting it or if you're typing it, you have to send it by email at bpleoclub@gmail.com. And then Color Give Smile, make sure you send a physical picture, like take a picture of your artwork or your coloring page. It'll be due by April 3rd at 5 o'clock. And then I will collect your physical copy when we return, and it will be worth 2.5 hours. And please join the Kahoot, guys. I will beat you at this Kahoot, but come on. Please join the Kahoot. You will get 4 hours for it if you're the top 5 or 10 winners. It's going to be this Friday at 3. You don't want to miss it. This is going to be so fun. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. Please watch this video. Send it to anybody that missed it. And thank you guys, and I will see you very soon.